Adil Polanco told me he's been waiting years to take the stand and speak out against stop and frisk, even though he was an NYPD officer charged to do it. Inside Manhattan Federal Court, he said the controversial tactic was part of a numbers game, with superiors pressing officers to fulfill a certain quota or face consequences.
There's a siege going on in communities of color where the police are told, even if they don't want to, and we have officers standing next to me who saying they don't want to do that because it's illegal, are told that they need numbers.
For a second day, the stories of men claiming to be targets of stop and frisk were aired. One of the plaintiffs in the case, Nicholas Pert, was reduced to tears on the stand at one point, recalling being stopped in Harlem with an officer going into his pocket during a pat-down, taking his keys and entering his home with his young siblings sleeping inside.
It's just the level of uncertainty, just not knowing, what was happening, and being cuffed for the first time and everything boiled up into one, being in the back of a police car. I had never had that happen to me.
The suit challenges the constitutionality of the controversial tactic that lawyers who filed the class action suit says disproportionately targets Black and Latino men in the city, with roughly 10% resulting in arrest. Yet when attorneys for the city asked each witness if officers involved in their stops indicated if it was because of their race, they all answered no.
We're fired up! Can't take it no more! We're fired up!
Those who support the challenge to stop and frisk braved rain to rally outside the courthouse, expressing disappointment that a judge now has to determine how the tactic is done. The trial continues Wednesday with testimony from 2 more NYPD officers, as well as audio recordings said to support the quota claim. Outside Manhattan Federal Court, Tracy Strahan, News 4 New York.